Good afternoon and welcome to Liberty Tree's Breaking News Desk. We have important news to bring to you this afternoon from the Babylon Bee. From the health pages of the Babylon Bee, the University of Oxford reports vaccine trial number 666 has been successful. This from Oxford. A research team at the University of Oxford announces today that after 665 failed trials of vaccine for the coronavirus, trial number 666 was successful. Trial number 666 has been codenamed The Beast, provoked the desired immune response system researchers have been searching for. This vaccine will stop the coronavirus in its tracks. The head researcher of the vaccine, Dr. Lucy Ferrari, said at a press conference this morning, "We can get through these several years of tribulation together, as long as we take vaccine. The novel vaccine can be injected into either your hand or your forehead," Ferrari says. She also recommends that grocery stores and other businesses require the vaccine before people can buy or sell goods. She also made strange comments about devouring humanity and serving the Dark Lord. But she was probably just tired after 665 tries of getting it wrong. Mostly, though, Ferry just kept very grateful for the divine intervention that helped researchers finally crack the code for the effective vaccine. Someone downstairs, is definitely watching over us. In worldviews, a complete moron does not realize that social justice activists have changed the definition of every word last week. This from Biloxi, Mississippi. Recently, smart experts, really smart experts everywhere, are pulling out their hair with frustration due to thousands of uneducated people not realizing that leading voices in critical theory and social justice activism have changed all the definitions of every meaningful word in the English language just a few days ago. Tensions escalated today when Dale Smithers, a Facebook user from Mississippi, wrote a comment, "As a white man, I don't think I'm a racist or that America is a racist country." This was an ignorant statement. Thousands of well-educated voices at universities around the country suddenly cried out in terror and refused to be silent. "I literally just can't with this guy," said Zandex Berthrutrix, Dean of Race and Gender Studies at NYU. "Doesn't he know that whiteness isn't a race, but a system of oppression? And that maleness isn't a gender, but another system of oppression? And that America isn't a place, but a system of oppression?" Unfortunately, the NYU staff overheard Zandex using this non-inclusive phrase, "Come on, man." She was quickly carried off campus by social justice enforcement. Further investigation revealed that horrifying truth that Smithers didn't even know the definition of any of these terms. Wow. I'm pretty sure those aren't words, so we're just going to move on. In the political section of the Babylon Bee, hack suspected as Biden posts completely coherent thought on Twitter. U.S. hackers have been blamed as Joe Biden posted a completely coherent thought on Twitter earlier today. As soon as Twitter support saw that Joe Biden had posted a completely coherent tweet, they immediately locked his account down for suspected hack. "The full rational sentences were a dead giveaway," said the Twitter IT guy. "If you're going to pretend to be Joe Biden, you have to add in several rambling asides, some made-up words, 3 or 4 major gaffes. It clearly wasn't him, so we took the steps necessary to lock down his account. Good on you, Twitter. Good on you." Also from the political section, this from California, Sacramento. Gavin Newsom put on timeout for playing with the economy's on-off switch again. It happened again. While government officials at the California state capitol were going about their business, employees noticed something was turning the economy off and on again at a rapid, obnoxious rate. "Kevin," shouted one administrator, "stop playing with that switch. How many times do you have to be told? This is not a toy." Newsom did not immediately respond, but his hand, still over the on-off switch, flipped it again. "Mister, if you do that one more time, you're going to have a timeout. People have actual work to do here." Newsom was warned. With a wild look in his eye, Newsom grabbed the switch and began flipping it on and off like a strobe light, giggling uncontrollably. He was promptly told to sit in the corner until he could learn to be more cooperative. Newsom cried for a few minutes and then began shouting, "I'm a good boy. I'm sorry. I'm a good boy now." When he was not immediately responded to, he began kicking, screaming. At press time, Newsom had been warned that if he did not shape up, he was going to bed without a treat tonight. In U.S. political news, Trump demotes Dr. Fauci to dentist. I'm sorry, JR-15. Washington, D.C., Dr. Anthony Fauci has led President Trump's coronavirus task force for months. But there have been indications that Trump is dissatisfied with Fauci's performance. The latest is that Trump has demoted Dr. Fauci from doctor to dentist. "This is a reflection on Dr. Fauci's performance," Trump told the press. "I think he stinks. I hate him. So now he's not a real doctor anymore. He's just a dentist." The demotion caught Dr. Fauci by surprise, as it involved Trump tackling Dr. Fauci, grabbing his wallet, pulling out his medical license, and ripping it up. Though Trump ripping up what may have been Fauci's health insurance card, Trump then yelled at him, "Now you're not a doctor. You can just be a dentist. There's less you can screw up with teeth." "Well, I'm not sure you can do that," Fauci said. "But I also have been meaning to tell you that you really need to brush more." "Shut up, Fauci." At press time, Fauci has been placed in the White House basement with a chair and a drill. The first examination, cleaning, and x-ray are only $79. Also from political news, Pelosi, "We have to knock over all the statues to find out if they're racist or not." From Washington, D.C., at her weekly press briefing, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi commented on the removal of statues by protesters, saying, "We have to knock the statues down to find out if they're racist." Many have expressed concerns that the statue toppling is going too far, but Pelosi urged everyone to remain calm, and the statue toppling is a natural part of the process of finding out which ones are actually good and evil racists. "We need to get them knocked over first. We need to push that through. Then we can see if they're actually racist," she explained. "You don't know until you pull them down." Pelosi said that everyone should support tearing down of all statues, whether they are the Founding Fathers, the Hamburglar, or the Fonz. Later on, she said, "We can find out whether or not they're actually icons of white supremacy." She promised that if you like your statue, you can keep your statue, and asked reporters, what difference does it make at this point? "Some rioters did something," she said.
What difference at this point does it make?
Somebody fire that intern. And our final story, a heartwarming story from the family section of the Babylon Bee. Gracious and loving wife pretends that she hasn't already seen that meme. This from Los Angeles, California. According to sources, in the Grimm's household, Amy Grimm is such a good, godly, and loving, gracious woman that she often pretends she hasn't already seen that meme when her husband shares it with her. "Honey, check this out," Victor Grimes said as he held up his phone, grinning like an idiot. The screen displayed the image of Brandy Buck and Peregrine Took discussing a second breakfast, though the caption had been edited to make it some humorous commentary on modern life. Hilarious, right? Crims threw her head back and laughed, a long, deep laugh. That's so funny, babe, she said. Though she'd seen the meme many times on Vine, TikTok, Pinterest, Snapchat, BuzzFeed. Where do you find this stuff? She said to her husband. Sometimes you have to make your man feel special, she said later. If that means laughing hysterically at a meme that I've seen over and over and over and over and over again, so be it. She's a real Proverbs 31 woman, said Pastor John MacArthur. When asked for a comment, the true woman of God is a supporter, a helper, and a godly wife and mother. And a laugher at memes, even when she's seen them a million times before. MacArthur asked later, what was a meme? Though he'd mostly figured it out from the context already. This has been Breaking News with the Liberty Trees Breaking News Desk. I'm Chris Branham.